Howdy everybody, it's William Green. These are my green pets. And I wanted to show you just kind of what's going on. Also have a plant that I'm willing to send somebody for free. Well, for free. I'd like for you to pay shipping. So like 15 bucks. If you can send me $15, I can ship this plant to you. It'll be bare root. Let's just look at it right now. Why not? So yesterday I went to one of the local Orchid Society meetings, and we have this wonderful member who always brings, no joke, a wagon full of free plants, and they're usually pretty good stuff. So I couldn't resist. Yesterday I grabbed it. This was all together on one mount. It is Bulbophyllum rothschildianum red chimney, and I think that might be an FCC awarded plant. And I potted one up for me, and here's one for you. So if you're interested in this, I believe it is an FCC awarded bulbophyllum. It's got great roots. The growth looks good. I virus tested it. It's a negative on the ORSV and Cymbidium mosaic virus. So, that means anything to you. It's a good one. It's a good one. So let me just pass that along if you're interested. All right, now let's see what's going on. First of all, I wanted to show you real quick outside of my little desert garden. One of my ice plants bloomed today, and that made me really happy. And I've also got some lavender. Looks like it's going to come into bloom as well. So that's exciting. Also, my Calivia miniata is in bloom out there as well, and you can see the grasshoppers love to eat those flowers. But it's bloomed 3 or 4 different times this summer, which is cool. Unfortunately, again, insects immediately jump on the flowers. So I might actually bring it in and put it in my classroom. So anyway, let's look and see what we got over here. First of all, let's start on this side. We've got Venda falcata. For the second time, it's pushing out some spikes. That's exciting to see. How Bulbophyllum echinolabium. I can't tell as yet whether he is responding to the increase in fertilizer, increase in potassium, increase in calcium, magnesium. I don't know. He's been kind of languishing for the past couple years, and I never really have fertilized him much, and he was fine. So anyway, we're gonna see if a little bit more fertilizer is gonna help him out, or I don't know what's going on with him. Discovered last week that my Bulbophyllum medusae album has got some spikes. You can see one kind of down there above the tag sticking out. I don't know. I kind of looked at the plant yesterday. It's getting kind of lanky. So it looks like it's going to bloom with at least one spike. Maybe there'll be more. And then a surprise spike on Bulbophyllum Lovely Elizabeth. Just found that one yesterday. That's going to be pushing out. Takes about a month, I think. And then, what else have we got? Bulbophyllum medusae Miami, continuing to push out its spikes. Great. And then back here, hard to see, this little guy. This is Bulbophyllum catenulatum, and it's got a little spike about to push out, about to bloom. So that's fun. Over here, Phalaenopsis philippinensis has got 2 little buds swelling up. Right in front of it, Pinguicula cyclosecta. Wow. Look at that gorgeous little thing. Look at that. And of course the leaves are beautiful too. Alright. Things are blooming finally. We got Cycnochus bronze vixen over here, working on a nice big fat spike coming out the top. Just getting started. Probably 7 more weeks before we see flowers on that plant. Over here, Cycnochus cooperi. with a nice spike, and I am really crossing my fingers that this will be in perfect condition for the Denver show. I learned yesterday that we've got 8 AOS judges coming from all over the country because our local judging center, Denver, has pretty much disbanded. They're not doing judgings anymore. So this is going to be the only chance to get anything judged here in Denver for a while, maybe years. Well, at least at the shows they'll have judges, but the monthly judging is over. So I'm glad I got the ones I did when I could, because that saga is over. It's just too bad here in Denver. Like, I mean, there's a huge plant-loving community, but the organization and the getting together and that kind of stuff, it's just kind of falling up. Like, it's gone. Like, people just don't want to get. I don't know what it is. I don't know if people don't want to get together, they don't have time. Or if it's just not been, I don't know. AOS presence is very, very weak here in Denver, we could say. Let's go over here to Signoch's Fire Embers, working on its 3 spikes, all very lovely. And you can see it's covered in sticky stuff. I need to go ahead and spray water on those and wash them off, because that sticky stuff gets nasty. But yeah, those are looking good. Over here we've got another Coopery with 2 spikes. And again, the question is, are these male or female? I don't know. I've never seen pictures of female spikes, so I'm not quite sure what to think. The Cattleyas are doing their thing. I'm not real sure what to expect in the coming months. I'm really hoping that Cattleya dalwiana rosita really surprises us with a surprise spike pushing out of this new growth. Could happen. I'd also, again, love to see a bloom on this Cattleya labiata. Hope to see something soon on Cattleya maxima back here. And then Rhyncholalia aristocrat, getting ready to push out a spike. And then we gotta still wait a few months for Cattleya trianae to put something in its spikes. Right now it's working on a second flush of growth, so I certainly can't complain about that. Very exciting. Man, this thing is a monster. Monster! Anything else looking like it's gonna bloom soon? I don't think so. Let's go look at the cool tent real quick, and then we'll say adios. Alright, welcome to the cool tent, which in the summer, it's not the cool tent at all. It's just the normal tent. I mean, it doesn't get super warm in here. Maybe like, I don't know, 23 degrees C, something like 73, 74. It doesn't get, but it's not, the night temperatures are still pretty warm. In the winter time, this is when this place really turns into the cool tent. The winter temperatures at night especially are like 10 to 12 degrees Celsius, like 50 degrees Fahrenheit. Anyway, I don't remember if I mentioned this last week, but I found, for the first time in my collection ever, I found some scale recently. And the only reason I can think that I have scale is because I got some new plants. I got this in May. I got these guys in March. And it is what it is, right? I think it may have come in on this plant, but it doesn't really matter. But I found it on here, and I found some on the flower spikes of my Masdevallia. So if they started on this plant, then they have migrated already. And it makes sense, since these plants were probably in contact with each other. I haven't inspected this dendrochilum to see if it's got scale on it. It might not be a scale prone plant because of how thin the little leaves are, but I really need to look at it. Now, I'm thankful that it's only in the small tent and not in the big tent, but it's put me on high alert. I found this, they call sooty mold. It's this fuzzy black cottony stuff growing on the leaves, and that's like a sure sign that you've got scale. So I cleaned that off. I'm picking any scales off that I find, obviously, as soon as I find them. I wiped the leaves with alcohol. I've been inspecting. Honestly, I don't know why I said these plants, because I haven't found any on these plants. I've only found it on this and this. So that's disappointing, but I'm hoping... I feel like scale is something you can get rid of if you're just diligent about it. So we'll just have to keep our eyes open. But Mustavallia Machu Picchu has a lovely, lovely flower in bloom. And another one just opening today, looks like. This one, it got ready, it had the bud ready to go, and then I don't know if it was because of the scale or just because I wiped the stem with alcohol, or maybe it just decided it was done. It dropped the bud and gave up on this one. But it's still got one coming in back there. Sometimes it does give up on its second bloom, so that might not be too atypical. Got another spike coming, and then lots of growths. I really gave this guy a good dose of fertilizer. I upped my fertilizer concentrations a few weeks ago, and so now we're watching to see what's happening. Are the plants growing faster? Are they growing better? Is the new growth good? Is the coloration good? But yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to show you. This little Brassia verrucosa is really growing nicely, getting bigger and bigger. That's going to be huge. I'm going to need another tent. I'm just going to say it. Alright, well, thanks for stopping by and checking on my green pets. I'm William Green, and I will see you next time.